The people, they saw the pillar of cloud standing at the tabernacle of the door, verse 10. And all the people rose and worshiped, each man in his tent door. You know how I described a minute ago the scenario where we would like to put ourselves with the camp of the faithful guys and gals, right? Supporting Moses, standing with David, aligning ourselves with Jesus publicly, in the days of his ministry, not with those that gainsayed and bad-mouthed and spoke negative words of faith, not with those guys, but with the good guys, right? Well, picture this. As Moses walked into the tabernacle of meeting, and the pillar of cloud was there, and the Lord manifesting his presence, speaking to Moses speaking, meeting, conversing, friend to friend, face to face, would you have been one of those that stood up, maybe grabbed your wife, grabbed your kid, grabbed your husband? Honey, the Lord is meeting with Moses. Don't you want to stand at the tent door? I'm reading the paper. My show's almost over. Honey, don't interrupt. He's making the play, Would you have been one of those that would have said, let's stand in the door together and let's worship? What's the benefit? What are we going to do? Are we going to get information? I don't know. Is the Lord going to send a special blessing? Is he going to douse our house with prosperity? I don't know. But the Lord is here, and he's talking to Moses. Let's stand in the door. Let's look towards the cloud. Let's raise our hands and go, oh, Lord, the Lord is here, right? So, would you be one of those? I like to think that I would have been one of those that would have stood at the door and said, oh, the glory of the Lord, the presence of the Lord, the manifestation, the weightiness. There's that great word in Hebrew, it's kavod. It means like the weighty presence, the manifestation of God's glory, right? I think that I would have stood at the door, and then I would have maybe took a few steps closer and maybe just kind of made my way to the tent of meeting and tried to get as close and, just be like, man, Moses, you're so lucky. Of course, it's not luck, but it's, Moses, you're so blessed, but I want to get closer. I want to see the cloud. I want there to be nothing between me and the cloud, right? But they stood at the door and they worshiped the Lord. Very simply, I know I've asked this several times, but would you have done that? Would you have stood at the door? Would you have stopped what you're doing? Would you have turned off the TV? Would you have put down your phone? And we project ourselves back on the timeline to this event, and we go, absolutely. But what about when we're in our living room today? Would we go and say, you know what? The Lord is showing something. I'm going to put down my phone. I'm going to turn off the computer.